right, so what's your name?
Angelina.
Angelina. How old are you?
24.
Where are you from originally?
Galveston, Texas.
What are you doing all the way out here in Phoenix?
I came back to help my parents originally
Mm-hmm.
to come home. I was in an 8-year relationship, and it didn't work out the last year. So once I kicked him out, we had full rights of his son, and it just didn't work out. And I came home with my parents because they also needed help with their place of living, and I missed home.
So you're from Texas, but...
Yeah, I just miss my parents in general.
Okay. And you came out here?
Yeah.
You said you went back home. So is this your home or Texas?
Texas is home, but my parents are.
They're here?
Yeah.
And what's your current situation now? You homeless?
No. I could be.
Is it hard for you to talk about?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How'd you end up in your current situation?
We shared a 4-bedroom house with this lady named Sarah, and she had to get her leg amputated. And I also, I went to school and I cleaned her part of the house when she wasn't there, because the process of her amputation was 2 months. And the last few days she was in the hospital, I cleaned it. But this time I wanted to clean her work area, because her and my mom worked from home, and her desk and her computer and the keyboard was really dirty. So I went in the drawer to get what's that shit called? The duster to clean the keys. But when I opened it, it was I grabbed the duster, and underneath that was an album, and it said CPSD, some weird, and it had a picture of a little girl, and it ended up being child pornography. The apartment called the police at 6:43 in the morning due to her giving fake check stubs and fake eviction notices directed to my parents and I. So the cops were already on the way before I was able to call. When they came, they searched the home, because there was a report of her being abusive and having paraphernalia, but we didn't know that, because none of us did anything besides they smoked cigarettes. But what they found in her room was it was just really gross. It was bad. So they removed all the electronics and stuff and told us we all had to vacate the premises.
Was she producing it, or was she just consuming it?
Well, on her keyboard, besides the pictures I found when I sprayed the thing, the officer, when he came in and he told me to have a seat on the chair, when her laptop moved, it was live footage on there.
Oh, okay.
So it was way worse than just pictures. It was live footage of children.
So she actually had kids?
She was paying to see kids.
Okay.
On video chat.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was gross.
How long have you been on the streets now?
4 months.
4 months. What are you doing to survive out here?
I sell,
Okay.
yeah.
And it's okay if you don't want to say it. You can just say I hustle.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing currently.
Okay. Who do you have out here? Is it just you by yourself, or are you out here with a boyfriend? Or
My son.
you and your son? Where's your son at now?
In the room.
Okay. How old is he?
9.
9. Why don't you try to get into a program or something like that to try to get out of your situation?
I did, but my parents are in rehab. So, in order to keep things afloat while they're in there, I have to be out here.
Yeah. What do you plan to do in the future to get out of your situation?
I'm going to school right now, and I have this mental health place at Livewell.
Yeah.
So they're in the process of still helping me. It's just taking a while.
Do you have any mental health issues?
Just PTSD and sleep paralysis, and then I'm depressive 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Okay. Isn't it easy for you to get SSI or something like that?
It was at one point, but because I was in a group home, they told me that they would hold on to the checks until I was 18.
Yeah.
but whole time they allowed my tia to be co-signed. She was receiving him. So like I'm also going through SSI to work on a lawsuit towards her, and it's only been like 6 months.
Okay.
So
You're
that's
suing your tia
yes.
for what?
She was collecting checks without permission. Like
Oh,
she was lying about it and keeping them and spending them and telling me I was not receiving them.
Man, that's messed
Yeah.
up. So you grew up with both parents at home, mom and dad?
Not really.
How was your childhood growing up?
Abusive, inconsistent.
Who'd you grow up with? Who was
Both of my
raising you?
parents, but they were always high or fighting, or
Oh, okay.
we were like pushed into like our own room so they could do what they're trying to do, or outside while they get high, shit like that. My mom was in prison for like 7 years.
Do you have any siblings?
6.
6 siblings. Where are they all at now?
2 of them are dead. The other one, she's in college. She just came back here, and she's I think she's with my tia or one of her friends. And then my middle brother, I don't know where he's at. He don't really fuck with nobody. And then yeah, there's me, and then my sister, she's in prison.
Do you have any that are doing good?
Besides my sister, no.
Okay. And your sister being the one that's in prison?
Yeah. No, the one who is in college, and she just came
okay.
back home.
Is she older or younger?
She's the youngest.
She's the youngest?
Yeah.
And she doesn't have no contact with you guys at all?
She does, but I tend not to bother her. She's focused.
Yeah, you don't want to really bring any trouble or problems to her.
Right.
Man, have you ever gotten in trouble out here?
No.
For hustling or anything like that?
No.
Do you get scared that you might go to jail and...
Most definitely, yes.
What would happen to your kid if you went to jail?
I would just give the rights to my baby daddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he doing good?
Somewhat, yeah. He just came out here from Texas himself, and he's going to school and working as well at a market for farming.
Okay. Why not just give your son to him now?
Because he's inconsistent. He doesn't really like give him I homeschool him. He does not have time to do so, but he does go to his dad's most of the time if I'm not schooling him or like on an outing. He doesn't stay in this area or go outside from like outside of like what he does at home in school. I don't let him outside or like bring him to the restaurants locally here or anything like that.
You're staying in one of these hotels right here in this area?
Yes.
They're really ghetto right here in this area. Huh?
I know.
Do you let them out?
Not at all.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't even recommend it because
it's not
I've
good.
stayed in one of these hotels and gunshots, all kinds of stuff going down.
Yeah.
How are you? Are you clean or are you on blues out here?
Oh
too?
no, I'm sober. I do not
You're
touch that shit at all. No.
That's good.
The most I smoke is weed, and it's barely that because I take medication for like sleeping issues and my memory loss. So I tend not to do anything. I don't even drink.
That's good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Before you ended up out here, like, how was your life? Did you have a job?
Yeah, I was working as what is it called? Like a caregiver. I worked for like kids with like disabilities and then elder people. And then I also, I was a server at Denny's for 5 years, like an assistant manager for 5 years. Here and in Texas, I just transferred. And I'm going to college for, well, it's pre-college. It's just like to submit tests to see where I'm at for psychology.
Okay. Man, so it sounds like you have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
You know? Man, I hope you make it out of these streets out here. I hope you get better. If anybody's watching and they have some sort of help for you, do you have any contact information that you want to share, like an email, or if you want to put a Cash App out there or anything like that? What do you need out here on the streets?
Really, I would just say consistency. Like, if I was able to pay for my room for like a month or like find a voucher for it, like I would not have to do any of this. I could just go to work by myself. Like, having my son being watched would not be an issue. And that's really it.
Do you want to put an email or a Cash App out there?
My email is going to be ITS, M as in Mary E, A N as in Nancy, GELINA, and then 1313@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your story. Are you okay if I post it up on my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.